The Jeep Wrangler has always been the top choice for those who want to drive off-road on a budget. The Wrangler simply delivers in all of the aspects that are needed and even exceeds them to a great extent. But in recent years, competitors started to appear. We're talking here about the latest Ford Bronco. This model has proven itself to be a worthy competitor to the Wrangler. So for 2025, there are many changes that will come with the Wrangler. Stay with us to find out the 7 key reasons to anticipate the 2025 Jeep Wrangler. Number 7. New platform. Let's start our discussion about the new Jeep Wrangler with the Core, which in this case is the platform on which this model is based. The Jeep Wrangler uses something known as body-on-frame. This type of chassis is also known as a ladder frame by many out there. How it works is very simple. There are 2 big steel beams that go from the front to the rear. These beams are connected in a few places, and that's how they form the frame. Then the body of the Wrangler is placed on top. Pretty bulletproof design that is extremely popular when it comes to trucks and SUVs. There's nothing more solid than a ladder frame. However, the frame that is found in the Jeep Wrangler has seen better days. We're saying that although this frame is really solid, it is pretty old by modern standards. The latest generation of the Wrangler was released way back in 2017, and a model is overdue to get a redesign. So this could mean only one thing. We will see a brand new generation of the Jeep Wrangler for the upcoming model year. Reportedly, the new model will receive a new frame that will be a bit longer and wider. Also, it is 20% more rigid than the current one. On top of that, the Wrangler will get new solid axles and a brand new suspension made following the latest industry standards. Also, there will be a ton of ways where the driver could adjust how the Wrangler behaves based on his driving preference. This Wrangler will beat the Ford Bronco easily. These changes for the following model year will make the Wrangler the go-to model for everyone who wants to enjoy off-road driving. Number 6. More powerful powertrains. Another good reason why to anticipate the 2025 Jeep Wrangler is definitely its powerful powertrain that will come for the 2025 model year. It is more than obvious that soon we will say goodbye to the 3.6-liter Pentastar and the V8 Hemi. Chrysler is downsizing its lineup and starting to offer turbo engines. One of these engines is already available with the Jeep Wrangler. This is the 2.0-liter Hurricane engine. This small inline 4-turbo produces some serious power, up to 270 HP and 295 pound-feet of torque. But there are more surprises. Since this will be a new generation of the Wrangler, we can expect to see a larger engine along with the 2.0-liter Hurricane. This engine, if you guessed it, will be the 3.0-liter Hurricane used in the Ram 1500. This engine is an inline 6 with 3.0-liter in displacement. The 3.0-liter Hurricane is a fresh design that comes with the latest technologies, such as variable valve timing, turbocharging, and direct injection. All these technologies make this engine extremely efficient and able to deliver a ton of power relatively low on the RPM band. This is excellent news for off-road enthusiasts because this engine will put some serious power to the wheels compared to the current lineup of engines that can be described as dull, especially the 3.6-liter Pentastar engine, which is an outdated design for modern standards. On top of that, having a turbocharged option allows the chance to have different power outputs, so this engine will come with at least 2 different power variants. The entry-level version will produce 420 HP and 469 pound-feet of torque, while the high-output version will produce up to 540 HP and 521 pound-feet of torque. These are very massive numbers, but understandably, the high-output engine will cost as much as the current V8 Hemi offered with the Rubicon 392. But since this is a turbocharged engine, you will be able to get some serious horsepower on a budget. With only a simple tune, you'll be able to push up to 600 HP. This is excellent considering the fact that you only start with 420 HP. The transmission that will be used in this new Jeep Wrangler is expected to stay the same. This is the good old ZF 8-speed automatic. This transmission is definitely the king of performance and reliability. It can push tremendous amounts of power pretty reliably. Number 5. Fully electric Wrangler. Let's now discuss one big downside of the current Jeep Wrangler, and that is the lack of a fully electric model. The Wrangler does not have an EV version. It only comes with a plug-in hybrid setup. This is a problem because more and more of the competitors are starting to offer an EV version. For example, Mercedes already has an EV G-Wagon. There are many potential buyers in the US market that are interested in this possibility. especially in states like California, where these EVs are extremely popular. So for 2025 and the new generation of the Wrangler, we can expect these changes to come to fruition. Jeep is already in the late stages of development and is planning to release this model this year. When it comes to the numbers, things are still unknown, but according to industry insiders, this fully electric Wrangler will be a true powerhouse. Powered by dual motors, one in the front and one in the rear, there will also be a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack that will return a range of at least 250 miles. And most importantly, this model is expected to be extremely quick, accelerating from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. But all these goodies will mean that the EV Wrangler will come at a very steep price. Specifically, up to $84,000 for the base version and up to $110,000 for the high-end model. This is more than expected since batteries and development of these vehicles tend to cost a lot, and car companies cannot sell these models for cheap like the gas-powered versions. But the EV Wrangler will still be a good addition. Number 4. Improved towing and cargo capacity. Another good reason to wait for the new 2025 Jeep Wrangler will be the improved towing and cargo capacity that this new model will give. When you buy an off-roading vehicle, it is essential how much it can tow or how many bags can fit on the inside. The current model can tow up to 5,000 pounds, which is not a lot considering that this is a body-on-frame vehicle. This new generation is expected to unlock some new performance and allow you to tow as much as 6,000 pounds. This is excellent news considering the fact that this is a Jeep Wrangler and not a pickup truck. In addition to the towing performance, this model will also gain more in terms of practicality since it'll be a bit wider and longer. This means that you'll be able to fit more stuff for your trips across the country. Overall, the new Jeep Wrangler will definitely not be a disappointment in this area and will bring a ton of user-friendly features that will elevate your off-road experience. Number 3. Excellent fuel economy. Another highly important area of discussion is definitely the MPGs that this model will return. These days, with gas prices going through the roof, more and more buyers want to purchase something efficient that will return decent MPG. And the Jeep Wrangler will have a great fuel economy for what it offers. This model will have pretty similar numbers since it will retain the 2.0-liter Hurricane engine, which is 21 MPG combined. But since this model will come as an EV version, we can expect even better numbers. This version will reportedly be able to deliver up to 250 miles. And this is a lot of mileage considering the fact that this is an SUV with big meaty tires that are not particularly good at saving fuel. So we really can't wait for this EV version of the Wrangler to be released. Number 2. Redesigned exterior and interior. And one of the biggest reasons why you should wait for the Jeep Wrangler is because of its new styling, both exterior and interior. The design is not yet introduced, but it should become available in the following months. This new model will follow the same concept as the current Wrangler, but will implement a ton of new design approaches that will make it look far more contemporary. This means using the latest approaches to design that will put the Wrangler in the same category as its fiercest competitor, the Ford Bronco. Also, there will be some exciting new colors and more trim levels than now. This will for sure make the Wrangler one of the most customizable off-roaders on the market right now. Number 1. Lower starting price. And the biggest news that is expected with the Jeep Wrangler for the 2025 model year is the lower price. That's right, this new model is expected to start far lower compared to the current model. The current version of the Wrangler starts at $31,195, while the new 2025 Wrangler is expected to begin selling at $29,990. This will make the Jeep Wrangler an excellent deal considering how expensive the Ford Bronco is. Just for reference, the Bronco starts at $39,630. This approach will bring a ton of sales for Jeep in the long run.